I read 20% of your worth is in crypto now, or your investments.
Yeah. I've got 32 different positions on. I'm very fortunate. The way I look at it, and I think the best way to look at Bitcoin is not a coin, it's software. Ethereum software, Solana software, Helium software, Polygon is software. They're software development teams. Either believe in what they're doing or you don't. If you like what they're doing, I like what the guys are doing at Polygon. They're reducing gas fees by aggregating transactions. Why wouldn't I put some dough into that? Yeah. It makes sense to me. And so I met the team over in Dubai. I said, guys, I got to get a piece of this. And so I'm investing privately in these things. I'm an investor in FTX. I have to disclose I'm a paid spokesperson for FTX as well, along with Tom Brady. That's a good crew to be with.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and so it's fun. And I believe in what they're doing. And so to me, this is the 12th sector of the S&P. We just don't know it yet. And in 10 years, we're going to wake up and say, wow, we have 11 sectors. Now we have 12. It's such a big part of the economy.
Do you think it would replace the S&P?
No, I don't think. I think really what's going on here is it's just making the economy more efficient. And now the government's figured that out. When you can be more transparent, faster, cheaper, I mean, that's a good thing. Yeah. And that's really what's going on. You talk about crypto, it's really making financial services and investing easier and more transparent. So, there's nothing wrong with owning some Bitcoin. I think it's like owning a building. It goes up in value. I read research that's sent out to me because my biggest business is financial services. And, we make indexes for sovereign wealth and pension plans. So I got to know what's going on in the financial markets. But, at this conference that we're all at here in Miami, Crypto, Bitcoin 2022, for the first time on the first day, I looked out in the audience. It was all the giant institutional investors. They've never come to this conference, never. And I started asking, guys, what are you doing here? And they're saying, we sense the world's changing. We see the policy coming. We see these senators showing up here. We know they're going to make this thing investable. It's going to be huge. NFTs are really intriguing for me. And I know you guys have just dropped something big in the last couple of days. And I think the way I look at it is, let's go back to watches for a second, okay? My biggest problem in the watch industry, if I'm buying a secondary piece, like something Patek made that's out of production, that's 22 years old, how do I know I'm not getting ripped off? Because the chances are I am. There's so many fake pieces out there. If we created an NFT for every watch when it was actually made at the factory and authenticated it with a really high resolution image of the dial, which has tiny imperfections in it, you know with certainty that you're buying the real thing. So I think authenticating collectibles is the way to go with it. You got to know who you're dealing with, because at the end of the day, if you're buying a Patek, the only guy that can authenticate it in the whole world is John Reardon. You gotta, he's the guy. He knows, he's the Patek guy. He ran the Patek Museum. Everybody knows, John, check this watch out. It ain't cheap, but if you're spending $150,000, $200,000, $300,000, John's got to check it out.
Yeah.
So, even, and I'm working with him along with some other guys to get the protocol, the white paper down, so that we can modify the secondary watch market first. That's what I'm most interested in. I buy a lot of pieces that I think are really rare, that I really like. They're great investments. And my FP Journe catalog, I want every one of those NFT, because that is going to be, I already told my wife, listen, I want all these watches buried in my coffin with me. And she said, yeah, sure, don't worry about it. I have a very simple rule to this, and I tell them all when I invest in them. If you're not making money after 36 months, 3 years, you got to take it behind the barn and shoot it, because it's just a hobby. It's not a business. And everybody says, oh, no. People get so, stuck on a bad idea. They just keep thinking, if I keep working on it, it's going to fix itself. It doesn't fix itself. It was put on your journey to teach you what not to do. That's the whole idea. And if you don't realize the lesson learned, you're fucked. I mean, you're going to spend all your time on some really bad idea and waste it. You got to pivot. You can still do business. You can still be an investor, but you got to find things I like to spend my day doing shit I like.
Yeah.
So I have a great woman here in Nancy Chung. She allocates the time. We do so much work. And then we say, what are these things that I don't want to do? Because I don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
That's the whole idea of being an entrepreneur. It's not about the greed of money. It's about the pursuit of personal freedom. I do whatever I like, but I like to do stuff that's, interesting. And so I surround myself with interesting people. I got a great crew. We do interesting stuff. We go all over the world, and we're investors. And, entrepreneurship is not the pursuit of greed, it doesn't work. People smell bullshit a mile away. You got to be transparent. People try and hustle me all the time, but I can sense the bullshit like everybody else can. And so if it's not interesting and it's really BS, and I don't go there. But very often I run into people with great ideas. Like today at the conference, I got inundated with deals. There were 2 of them that sounded really interesting to me. And so I said, okay, listen, here's my cell number, text me. I'll get my crew to check it out. And my bet is we'll probably invest in one of these things.
Wow.
And that's how you find great deals.
Wow, good but you're willing to hear these people out?
This guy approached me with a fantastic tokenized, gaming is where we're going to go into the metaverse. We all know that.
100%.
And tokens are it. And so I like gamers that get the joke and have figured out a way to tokenize and engage. And this kid looked terrific. And the more I talked to him, the more I got it. So I got a whole team looking into it. And, he wants me to buy a piece of his company. I'll do it.
Was it Phil?
No, I won't say who it is till I finish my diligence, because I promised the guy. He's got a bunch of guys chasing him, but I can do things for him that no traditional venture capitalists can do. And I'm not against venture capital, but they don't have millions of followers. And so there's a direct correlation between market capitalization and social media today. And you're living proof of that. It's sort of, we as influencers, if you want to call it that, can help bring a company forward by telling its story and investing in it and saying, check this out. And I'm very transparent. I declare all my positions. I say, I invested in this, here's why. I'm not telling you what to do, but here's why I invested in it. And we can get, blow the company up and help it get its mandate done if I'm a believer in it. There's a lot of, Shark Tank's always 2 years ahead of the market. The deals we see are coming, right? I saw this one, it just aired, called Magic Dates. So I'm into healthier eating now, and I don't eat a lot of shitty food. But she found a way to actually take date paste and make a very, very healthy snack that tastes sweet, that doesn't spike your glucose. Her sales are going through the roof because mothers want to give their kids healthy stuff. Yeah. So I found some strategic investors to join me in the deal. We're going to blow the company up, because one of the great things about being a shark, everybody returns your calls. Like I could call the head of Walmart and get a call back. And I say, look, let's help this woman. She's a female CEO. Let's help moms buy healthy snacks. Let's blow this thing up together. It's just good business. Yeah. And so I'm into healthier foods now. I'm trying to get out of the salt thing. I mentioned that earlier. But I got a lot of deals. I mean, I feel that celebrity, you should use it to help people. That's what and you're doing the same thing. I'm trying to say, look, I'm an entrepreneur. You're an entrepreneur. You can't get your call returned. I can. I'll buy a piece of your company and we'll go into the journey together. And I can do things for you you can't do yourself. That's being, I think, a good investor.